let's talk about how you grow those multiple streams of income because, you know, that first $1,000 is great. I did fine with my first company, Organic Life Products. But the challenge that comes is, what if you get tired of that company? Or there are challenges that you have like I did in my company. I want to show you how you grow multiple streams. So if you can make $1,000 over here in this stream of income, or as my coach Jim Cochran calls them, silent sales machines, how can you make money maybe publishing books? Or how can you make money with retail arbitrage and different things like that? So imagine making money online in your business, but imagine taking the concepts from one part of your business and applying them to multiple parts. How can you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how in the next video. So on to the next video. I'm excited to share with you, but I want you to know that it's not just possible, it's past possible. And as I was a single mom with 3 kids, I made money online. In a marriage, I made money online. Building relationships, working full-time career, where I traveled, I worked 40+ hour weeks, I still made money online. And you can too make money online. I'll see you in the next video. I still want to know the quickest way to my first 1K, right? So pen and paper, here we go. Let me talk to you about really, here's how to do it, but I want to show you the what to do, but here's how to do it, how to execute. So how to make your first 1K. Big thing here, I don't talk about as often as I did early on, but I'm talking about it more now. You need to sell a physical product. You need to sell a physical product. I can shout it from the rooftop. Amazon FBA. It is a program through Amazon, so many free videos about it. I believe in learning curves, so I'm going to invest my money so that I can save my time, because my time is the commodity I can never get back, can't multiply it. So there's information out there, a course that I recommend. So Amazon FBA, Etsy, eBay, auctions, Craigslist. You know, my daughter recently went to get her hair done and came home and talked about the people that went to her local beauty and barber salons. And I thought, oh, I forgot about that. But I'm telling, and it doesn't have to be shea butter. It could be any product. We sold a few $100s just from our garage from doing what's called the retail arbitrage that I'll talk about. But you want to sell a physical product. And you can do a drop ship of a product. In the Academy, I have dozens of drop ship suppliers, but you can find one. You probably have people that send things to you now. But you definitely want to make sure, and you don't have to create the product. You might be thinking, I'm not creative. I didn't think I was until I sold $100,000 in sales of, you know, shea butters and body butters and had consultants and all of that. But you want to sell a physical product. The other one is retail arbitrage. I never even had heard of this until late 2013. Never heard of it. Again, through Amazon or eBay or auctions or Craigslist. You buy low and you sell high. And I know if I'm in a metropolis, so I mean everything's here. So I'm really like, well, who would want it? But just because we have a big name retailer and we have access to items doesn't mean everyone does. Think Utah, you know, think out Colorado, think in remote areas of the United States or in the country where people they don't have access to it. So you may buy today, for instance, I was in a store and I saw a name brand chocolate. Actually, you know what? I'll just give you what happened to me. I found some chocolates at Walmart. Don't typically shop there, but a friend that I know that does this retail arbitrage told me about this particular product, and they call it sourcing. So I was like, okay, I took my cell phone, started scanning this item. This particular chocolate was $4 or $5 from Walmart. I shipped it in. I bought 6 of them because, you know, I'm like, $25. It's not a big deal. Well, Amazon didn't even sell them because they lost them because I think the chocolates were just that amazing, and over $200 came into our account. It was selling like $40 a bag. I wouldn't have paid $40 a bag for it, but someone else was willing to pay for it. So you want to look into retail arbitrage, and I'll make sure that I give you links for a book for this. But again, physical products, retail arbitrage, this is a quick way to get to your first $1,000 online. Of course, I talk all the time about creating information products, training classes and ebooks and reports and guides. Information products, I really enjoy information products because they're passive. I want you to grow passive income streams because what happens, you know, physical products, again, just think of it, in the Academy, we have a money map, and I want you to think of it as just one of the places on your money map, okay? kind of, you have to actually see it to understand the template. But you want to create an information product. Very specifically, right now, if you are listening to this live or replay, it's a webinar because you are actually seeing the information. But it could also be a teleclass if I just chose to port out the audio or export out the audio and create a teleclass. You can do these live. You can build programs that teach people how to do it and what to do. Now, typically, if you're showing someone, the how to do is a lower cost. What to do becomes a higher cost. And if I'm going to do it for you, it's even more. That's your highest. And it can be anywhere from free to whatever you want to charge per seat for people to join your call. And you see these all over online. Join our live teleclass. And then they take the content and they package it up and they sell the content, or they do what's called repurposing the content. Everyone starts out as an amateur. Everyone. I did. I just picked up the phone one day, used freeconferencecall.com or freeconferencing.com and invited people to the call. Maybe 2 or 3 showed up. Didn't matter. I just kept on being consistent. It's the easiest to set up and conduct, and it is a minimal cost for you. Again, as long as you have access to a telephone, I mean, you can go to a friend's house, your own cell phone. That's the only investment that you have right there. The other one is to create, of course, a training program where you're teaching others how to use a product or service and achieve results. And it goes again from the how to do into what to do, health and wellness, holistic care, debt reduction. And, often we'll think, well, Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman, they're great. I've followed things that they've said over the years. But what makes you think that people don't want to hear your voice? Your voice is unique. There are people waiting to hear what it is that you have to say. They truly are. And anything else, I will teach you how to in a training program. That's why I like the sites like Udemy, because you have over 2 million students already there, 2 million active users that are already there. Go put a course that's free, put out your great content, and start building your list from there. The other thing is build a continuity program and think in terms of, the Columbia House, the CD programs. That's what made those work. Continuity programs are membership subscription services. And I'm going to tell you, this works really well. I have a few clients that actually have their own businesses. This works really well if you have gone, I'd say maybe you've been in your career 5 to 10 years, and people are always coming to you and asking you questions about, well, how did you get to this position? Or how did you open up, or maybe how'd you get to supervisor, or how'd you grow in your career path? I've seen people that I'm working with that do this. If you're a cosmetologist, this works really, really well because, people want to know a little bit more about their hair. They want to know a little bit more about how to grow their hair longer, keep it shiny, or hold a style. What type of program can you put in place that's a continuity program? $9 a month. I've seen them, I've invested myself up to $447. I've seen them for $16.97. I've seen probably every number you can think of. Video guides, audios, worksheets. There's one continuity program that I'm in that I just wanted to be associated with. It's like $67 a month, and we just get a newsletter. And he's just a huge authority in the industry, and I just wanted the content. So again, think in terms of what is it that you already have that you could reproduce and put onto a site and have a member gate where people pay for this access to this service. And sometimes we get intimidated by thinking, well, I'm not going to have anyone. I might have 5 people. When I first started my inner circles, I had a few people, and I actually invited coaches in because I didn't know if I'd have, I didn't know how many people would join. Start where you are, but if you don't start at all, you're not going to have anyone. At least open up the opportunity. At least set up one Facebook group. It might just be you and, maybe your spouse. Set up that group and the people will come. Now, it's not that hope strategy. We're putting things in place so that the people do come. Again, this works really well if you have something already established, something that you're teaching, something that you're doing. A young lady, when she comes to kind of twist or braid my hair, I said, man, it'd be great if you had some type of service like this set up that taught other people how to braid hair or do different styles. So think in terms of what can you do, and it's a continuity program. So you might be thinking, like, who's going to find my product? And I like this quote by Wayne Gretzky, go to where it's going to be, not where it's been. Udemy, again, I talk a lot. If you're teaching courses, Skill Feed, Skillshare. There are probably 20 more that I include in the academy. You have to go where they already are. It's very difficult in this stage in the game to build authority on your own site. You have to go where the people already are. What happens is you get an association. I'm on Udemy. You could easily say, you know what, I'm on the same site as Montina Portis, and she's a national video marketing expert. I always say I'm on a site with Seth Godin. He's teaching on Skillshare, and Gary Vaynerchuk. You want to be in the association of people that are doing what it is that you want to do. The other place is definitely write and publish an ebook series, and this builds authority. You can write a series. This is something I didn't know early on that I do know now, and I definitely recommend to my private coaching clients. I'm going to recommend to you all. You definitely want to build a series, and I would recommend that you do the first book free, perma-free. Get a series in. Launch the next book, within a week behind it, and keep writing books and write quality books and content. The other thing is, you're going to build an audience there. The people on Amazon, it's amazing to me, but they're downloading these free books. If I put my book on free for one day, they find it and I only advertise it. They're just millions. It is the largest e-commerce site in the world. You definitely want to write great content. You definitely want to be on multiple platforms, and not so much as I don't talk a lot about Barnes and Nobles and just different places that you could be, because I'm focused on that one platform. I just really want to get you strong on that platform with what they're doing. So again, I definitely recommend doing this. I'll tell you, I'm actually going out to, again, going to be on a television. Well, it's just, I'm flying out. Major network found me. But one of the big things I'm thinking about is there's a fourth book I should have written, a year ago, and I didn't get it written. Talked to one of my mentors, and they said, you need to have that ready to go, because when you go out in front of a network, when people search your name, they need to find. So when people go out, when you get an opportunity, what do you have to market to them? A book is a great way to do this. Grow that authority. Another thing, I don't see people talk a lot about this online. I didn't know about it. But outsource your services. Fiverr Arbitrage, which is so great, I have it listed twice here for you. Local small businesses need your help because you're online. You have an understanding of what it means to be online because you're listening to this. So I know that you do. Online businesses need help. Some people don't even know how to set up their Facebook page. They need help with their Google+. And any type of new businesses that need assistance with social media. So you might not think much of that, but they need help. They don't know about YouTube and optimization and Facebook and Instagram and hashtags. So again, the Fiverr Arbitrage is really you going onto Fiverr, looking at services that people offer, and go out and offer it to these small businesses. And you literally are paying, $5 to them, and you might get $150 from the local business. And I'm telling you, they pay it. They absolutely do. Now, of course, there's a strategy behind it. But I want to shift your mind into thinking, okay, there are all these ways to get to your first 1K, all of these different ways. The other one is consulting services. And I kind of put a Venn diagram there because this, again, works well when it's exclusive. People want to have more access to you. Again, career coaching is huge. And so many people don't have jobs right now. They're trying to get into careers. People are getting out of college and they want information or building a certain type of, and I put a blank there, I don't know what people are doing for your industry, but what is it that you could talk to them about? How could you craft your offer? How could you get deliverables within the consulting? What is it that you do well at work that would not be a conflict of interest, but something that you could do online? And again, focus on what you want to do because it's all about what you're doing. So focus on what you want to do. The next one is, what about affiliate marketing? I think you should create a product. I really do. You're creating something that's going to create control in your business. You have your own offer. You're building your own list. You're creating a product, and that's where you have the real control. That's what separated me from the pack. Last year, 2013, years before, 2009, 2010, I always had something that was my own. I actually had a distributor, but I distributed the product. Create 2 to 3 products and promotions this year and you will achieve results. So you just received 9 different ways to grow your income, 9 different ways to multiply your efforts. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, how much is all this going to cost me? You know, when I first started my company, I started with $150, and that came out of my paycheck. $150, got started with a physical product. But you know what? I like information products because really all you need is, you can use your Apple headphones or any type of headphones that you put in with a microphone. You can actually use a PowerPoint presentation or Keynote, your laptop, or you could create what we call talking head videos, which this is right now, and I'm doing it right from my iPhone. So there are so many different ways to do it for free virtually. It's up to you, but you know, I know that cost is really a factor for people. My husband and I opened a brick and mortar in the Atlanta area, and I'm telling you, we opened for about 8 months, and that venture gave us what I would call a steep learning curve of about $44,000. And that's what we lost in the business. But you know what? We gained so much more. We gained information, and we gained learning, and we gained confidence, and our relationship grew closer. So I'm going to tell you, yes, there is some cost involved depending on what you choose. So I gave you 9 different ways, but you have to pick one. So let's talk about the cost in the next video.